And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our Extreme Production series. So, how many belts? I need a few more belts. I've got a little belt chest here. I'm going to take half of them. That's a lot. What else? I'm going to need some iron. Iron is not really... hasn't really bounced back, but you know, I started processing and storing all of these science packs, even got blue going, and lo and behold, it really shows where you are missing production. And copper is one of those things that we can do right now and deal with the issue. We've also got plenty of concrete on the way, which is also muy excelenta. So let's go through here. We're gonna need another setup just like this, and yeah, these are not moving fast enough. I wonder why that is. Anyway, I will worry about that later. So again, we want to make sure we give enough space here for this process for the next one. So obviously there's going to be, this has got to be bumped out one for the electric furnaces because they're thicker. We don't need to do it on this side because this coal goes away, and that gives us an extra square. So we want 3, 1, 2, 3, and then this is the next. This is going to be the next line for copper, and then we can go ahead with the planning and production. Oh, no, see, I don't grab copper. There we go. All right. And let's line this up. It's like that. And then, so the coal will come in right in here. The copper ore will come in right in here. So lining all this stuff up. And obviously we're going to have this belt coming out here, but we have that belt is the actual, once we get these upgraded, that's the actual limit there. Okay, so we have this coming down like that. Let's merge this in. And this one too. Okay, so we need coal, which we can bounce in right in here. And let's get that squared away. Just to give it time to flow into the system. And then let's get the Mark IIs ready to go. Let's check on our iron to see how this is doing. This is doing excellent. So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be good. They're all going full blast, and we've got quite a lot of backlog here. So maybe we could get away with 3. Let's try it with 3 and see where we falter. And again, I'm going to do the underground thing just to make sure. I should have plenty of inserters. And I want to set these up right before I power them. So 1. Okay, so I do want to set these up properly. Let's get this stuff, going first. Just because I want that ore ready to go for when I do power them up. But we need to set this to grab on the other side. So when I power all these up all at the same time, we should be able to see. And I did research, just FYI, I did research the stack bonus. So these are able to now pick up and drop off 2 at a time. So that is you're now up to date with all the changes. I want these on the bottom. Bottom here. That way they don't get kind of in the way of the belts or anything. Okay, so we have everything good to go. All of the inserters are programmed. These ones, again, we're going to want, just the ends we're going to want to squish in. You notice what happens with the arrow? See, the arrow is a little closer than over here? That is the indication that it's going to put on the close side of the belt, the near side. Okay, so there we go. We have copper on the way. And this is loading up, packing in just fine. This odd man out here would go right in between there, but it'll get in there anyway. I'm not worried about it. How many belt do I have? So we're gonna take this on a long journey. Let's get a little bit more in there. Kind of want the leading edge to be fully compressed. Now that we're in there, now we can go. And it's just walking it all the way through. Ooh, yeah, that is a problem. We're going to clear that out. We're going to put you up here. That. I think these are going to come around like that. Give a little space there. Why not? Might as well balance this one as well while we're at it. Not that it needs it, but it'll be done for when if it is ever needed. And then to offset this to get it nice and close, I'm just going to use a splitter. I'm going to back away a little bit so this is not as nauseating. Okay, now we are finally up to par here. And where do we want to merge this in? Well, I'm thinking right before it's really dramatically used. Right in here. So this will help bring that in, and then any that's not used I'll resplit back in here to help keep this thing full. So here comes the main trunk again. Took a while, and now here we come with the secondary supply. Got a nice even distribution in there, although it's not completely packed. It's unfortunate, but this second line should fill everything, because this is going to start to sputter, and then what's going to go over here, and it's really gonna thin itself out. I would love a side loader. I would love a loader that goes into the side, so it looks like this, only it pushes in to the top. That would be so epic. Okay, so now we are completely full there. Now we need to make sure this is completely full, and that will help this belt fill out as well, because you know, having this pause and stuff is a good thing. So this should be, yeah, we have a net gain over here again. So once this fills up, this will backlog, and we're going to just shove as much copper as possible in here, which should maximize our circuit production and get us very, very happy. of course, the pollution that we're generating down here is pretty substantial. Oh yeah, see, we don't have enough. So I'm gonna need one there, and let's fill that out. So I tried it with 3, wasn't quite good enough. So yeah, I have 4 up here. Obviously, we have room for more smelters, so I'll be able to, you know, once we are able to upgrade the belts and all that kind of stuff, should be pretty straightforward. All right, now we should be dropping this all the way down to maximum. Yeah, there we go. Now we got a little surplus down here. That's good, and we're completely compressed. Spelt is completely compressed when it's coming into this system, and that's what we're going for. Look at the iron completely ran dry. That is impressive. And I finished the electric engine, so engine's filled up, but we're using them just about as fast as we are getting them, and these are really dying. I did put a limit on these, but yeah, this is about half empty now, and even with the ratios that I think are right, we're doing 1 a second. We got 12 of these, so we're doing 1 a second here. And these are running. These are 2 seconds, so we have 3 of these. So we're making over 1 a second of these. But yeah, it's iron. That's why. Iron's not making it. We don't have enough production of iron, which is crazy. 2 full belts coming in. So I think it might be time to really focus on more before we like dive into more science packs or anything. I think it's time to really focus on getting the stuff that we have, getting it produced as fast as possible. So we're probably going to want a belt system to make belts. So we can then upgrade using Logistics 2, which should be in here somewhere. I've seen it many times. And why can't I see it now? There it is right there. Yay! So Logistics 2 give us some red belt, and it's just a massive amount of iron. But then we can research where it is. Where is it? Advanced material processing and get our electric furnaces, and I think that will go a long ways in boosting our production, because we have a lot of iron that we can then process into gears, but we're going to need to be able to move them fast enough to make a difference, which is why logistics is important. So I'm going to research logistics, and then I'm going to research the advanced material processing, get us into the realm of the electric furnace, because we got a lot of power now, and I'm gonna try to get off coal. I don't like just mindlessly burning coal, because the electric furnaces do put out half the pollution of these steel ones, just because of that coal difference. In my opinion, they should put out a tiny fraction of the pollution, because really the only pollution they'll put out is the process of smelting the coal down. So, you know, that there's carbon dioxide and stuff associated with that, but nothing too severe, I don't think. So yeah, we are in need of vastly more production, and I would like to increase gear production and do so without tapping our iron. So we're going to need a lot of smelters for the gears. And so our processing center for belts and such, I think we're going to go down, way down here. 5, 10, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I have 15. That's a lot of assemblers. I have 2 copper on me for reasons. So I'm going to dive down here and drop those away. So down here we would have the ability to grab gears, circuits, except for blues, which we are not making quite yet. But we've got quite a lot of material down here ready to go. So maybe I want to do it way over here. I don't think we need that much space. And I don't know how many more reds we're going to need. Now we're going to need a lot more reds. So I want to leave a little bit of space for reds. So let's use the same sort of depth that we're at here. As you can see, we're well below a buffer of a bus there. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Do I want 3 here? 1, 2, 3. Might as well space it out. It's better to space it out now than not have enough room later. You might be wondering what all these are for. Well, the first layer is for the belts, the yellow belts, and you have red belts, and you have blue belts, then you have green belts, and then we have purple belts. And these last two, we're going to be a long ways away from being able to use these, but I want to get them in there just for fun. Get them in there so that way our spacing is such we're not going to interrupt very much at all. All right, so iron plate and gears, iron plate and circuits, and iron plate. So this first level here, we need gears for this one and plate for all these. And none of these other ones will require any sort, at least the vanilla ones, no sort of plates. It's just strictly gears after this. And some of the really advanced ones, if we look ahead here, so like number 5, they use completely different types of gears, and they use bearings. And those things are not easy to make. So we're a ways from that. So I want gears. Iron gears gets up to blue. So blue gets iron gears, and we don't use any iron gears for anything else. So we're going to wrap them around. So the undergrounds use them, and the splitters will use them as well. But obviously this splitter doesn't, and this underground doesn't. So we need plates to come in, and plates need to be along... Oh, let's move them on this side. Let's bring them in on this side. So these are going to be plates here, and then we need circuits. So if we look at logistics 2, this is also green circuits down here. So we're having green circuits here, and down in blues, I believe you use blue circuits. And if we look ahead to 4, we use red circuits for the faster splitter. Oh wait, really? So we have fast splitter uses greens, blues use the reds, greens use the reds, and looks like the purple uses the blues. Okay, so these two use the greens, these two use the reds, and these two use, or this one uses the blues. And that is wrong. Let's remove that so I don't get that. So that is the reds. That's going to be the blues right there. Just as a precursor, a plan for what we're going to need. So now we have reds available. And let's do the undergrounds over here. And let's do the splitters over here. So the one thing that we're going to want is the ability to upgrade these things, because I've got a lot of yellow out right now. So we're gonna connect these up like this. These will eventually be like requester chests. And we're gonna want some circuitry. So let's connect those two, and those two. Okay. So with the requesters, you know, they're gonna request the yellows, and if there's any yellows in there, we don't want to move more yellows in. So we also want to do a limit on these. So I'm gonna copy and paste that limit. All right, so this one, if it's equal to 0, enable it, and we need, this is yellow splitters. So if there are no yellow splitters in here, go ahead and move them in. Oh, so add more in there. If not, then we want to do something else. So this, instead of yellow splitters, it's yellow belt, and this, instead of yellow splitters, it's yellow underground belt. You could also add a requester chest to the side, or, you know, there's a lot of different ways to circuit that up. It's just the way that I use. So this is going to come across. This is going to come across. Okay, so circuits, gears, and the yellow system. I would love to be able to just jump right in to number 3, but that requires the production science packs, and we are not working on that quite yet. Although we could punch out some assembly machine 3s, that might help. But like I said, what we're going to focus on next are the advanced material. We're gonna try to get a few of these things running, because I want to get a bunch of stuff like prepared, so we can start this process while we research nuclear power, because this is 1,000, and that's going to take a while. So I'd like to get railway researched, and let's get advanced material processing out of the way. That's 250 blues. That's a lot of blues. How many do we have? We got quite a lot stored up. Let's put a limit on this, as a matter of fact, just because we don't have the production throughput quite yet. I actually want to even limit it even more, just because this is almost out. You can see I added another blue thing up here for fast inserters, but it's not enabled. Okay, so the big thing now is I'm going to need a massive amount of underground belt, which is going to use a massive amount of iron plate, which we don't really have, except we have a little bit of iron plate in our steel system, which is great. So we have a ton of these that we're going to need. I could actually upgrade those, or start upgrading those now. I think I'm going to actually want to do that. So where are my gears? Oh yeah, my gears are hurting. They're hurting. I'll let those finish, and then we can start using, because we're gonna need these gears to be as fast as possible, and it'd be nice to be able to move them quickly. So let's get some red splitters as well, and then I'm gonna take these away, put the reds in, and let's get some. I don't know why I couldn't craft as many of those as I wanted, but so this is where we need gears. See how far we can go with this. Oh, we can go a little bit better. Oh, see, that lines right up with batteries. Oh, we need to use fewer of them at least. And then let's get some red belt. Because again, we're going to want as many of these as possible. Because we're doubling the speed. We're going from 13 1/3 to 26 2/3. So doubling the speed is a good thing. Okay, and so we're only as fast as we are here. So let's replace the gears that we have around and spit these out fast. Amazingly, these can actually push out just slightly faster than the other ones. Oh, we're going to need the red loaders as well. We're researching right now, so we can't really jump on that yet. Boy, these things sure take a while to manually craft. All the gears. I ran out of gears. It happens pretty fast, so let's shift-click these to cancel them. Now that I've got a bunch of gears, I should be able to craft them a little bit faster. Oh, we ran out of yellow, which is a good sign. I like that. All right, we made it. Sweet. Okay, so that is the gears. I'm not really concerned with maximizing the other elements. So we also need iron down here. Well, of course, iron is in dire straits. So I think, let's see. Iron, I think, is going to have to come in right here. We don't really have many other places to push that. So that's iron. And the red belts help just because we reduce the amount of, yellow belts that we need, and we're extending it faster. It's overall a good savings of gears. And we are almost done with advanced material processing. So now I just need to bring down circuits and power this all up. And let's get a little bit of storage here. I want to grab the yellow belt that we have up here, because that's 1,000 yellow belt that we can upgrade. That's 5,000 gears that we save. Actually, it's 1,000 each, so it's 2,000 iron. No, 3,000. Saves 3,000 iron. Putting all those belts in there to upgrade. So let's get the red belts going. Got a little bit of iron down here. And it's just a matter of... Let's put a limit on the belt. A limit on the underground. A limit on the splitters. Just so we don't produce thousands of them. And I think I probably have a couple splitters to upgrade. I have a couple undergrounds to upgrade. And so that should disable the inserters. So let's start this process. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to power in here. I wish I had some automated systems to work first. Okay, so these need gears and circuits. Oh yeah, the other thing I needed to run that, because he needs belt. So that's all good. And he won't put it. You can see we're at 30 because it won't move any until we're actually making progress there. So that's done. I'm gonna do the fast loaders really quick. Ooh, that's 300. Wow. So this one needs to be drop off there, pick up there, and there you go. Now we need circuits. Oh, how many belt do we have? Oh, we got a little bit of belt made. Perfect timing. And let's drop down some circuits to get some splitters going. This will really help the system. Oh wow, look at the gears. Oh, yowza! We went through those gears rather quickly. Yeah, we're gonna need to ramp up production post haste here. So as I upgrade things, I can put the belt and the undergrounds and all that kind of stuff. I can put all of that away. And not worry about it. Looks like undergrounds are taking precedence there. All right, well that'll do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.